Hello, welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 15 with me, CosmicNite. Okay, well the harvest is just about done, just finishing off this field. Pretty much got everything set up. All the fields are sown up till this one. What we've got, if you have a look on the map. Fields 28, 36 and 37 we've got corn. 23 we've got wheat, and then 24, 29, 30 it's all going to be wheat as well. So that's coming on okay. I've also got a new mod installed. It's called Vehicle Group Selector or Switcher. So this just saves having to tab through everything, so you can just go to the group and then just tab through them. Which is working quite well actually. I'm quite impressed with it, because the way I've got it set up, if I hold shift and tab, you can still cycle through everything like you used to be able to, but because it used to be tab, didn't it, forwards and then shift tab to go backwards. So this just still gives me that option just to tab through what I want. Alright, so what I want to talk about this episode is a problem I was thinking about while I was at work. Yeah, it's to do with logging really. So I was thinking, okay, so I didn't really want to have to bring the lorry and timber runner trailer into the forest every time you know, I do some logging, because it's not overly realistic. Normally what happens is you have like the buffalo you'd use inside the forest, pick up the logs that the scorpions cut, but then bring it out to like a staging area, which then you'd have sort of like next to the road, so then you'd have a pile of logs that you then load onto the trailer that then goes down to the timber yard. So I was thinking, okay, that's fine. So I had a look at the buffalo on my test world, and I was thinking that's okay, but it's a bit of a mission to offload it. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I could modify it, or if there was already a modded one, so I could take out some of the support struts like the trailer, so I could get the grab in, take out half the logs, you know, and then drop them on the floor or load them straight into the trailer. Because I didn't really know how the buffalo worked. I had a look online. I didn't know if they had a quick offload system, and if you have a look on YouTube, the way they actually work is, yeah, they manually offload the logs with their own grab and then drop them onto a pile. So I thought, well, okay, so that, if that's realistic, I don't mind doing that, because really logging for me is something to do while the farm's sort of ticking over, while I'm waiting for stuff to grow. So this is, I've just come here just for something to do, so I'm not really worried about doing it super quickly. So then I was thinking, well, the problem with putting logs on the ground is scooping them up, as you saw from the couple of episodes ago. While you've got a pile, you can easily scoop up, you know, 2 or 3 logs in one go, but you're chasing the last couple around. So then I started looking for another mod. Sort of, what would be nice was you have like a wall. So if I could have a, I don't know, like a wall along here, then I could load the logs here. So then when I come along with the front loader, I could scoop them up and get the last one, and then I'm not going to have to chase them all over the place. And there wasn't really anything about. I mean, you could probably use the, you know, the bee house or one of these porta tunnels or something, polytunnels, sorry. But I thought, well, that's going to look a bit stupid, you know. It's not really what they look like in real life. They just tend to have like a bit of a wooden wall type thing. So I was looking for some stakes, like a mod with some couple of stakes, and I was thinking, well, maybe I could just make a mod that can do that for me, you know, so I can just place it down and it's done. And then I was thinking about, well, I've actually done something similar in real life. We needed to make a like a little compound. So the way we done it, we just dug some holes to the dimensions we needed, and we had some old telegraph poles laying about. So we just sort of dug a 3 or 4 foot deep hole, dropped these telegraph poles in, and just cut them off at the height we needed, and then had them like one in each corner type thing, and then a couple you know, to fill in the gaps, just for a bit of support. And then we just cladded it out and then we put what we needed to do in there. So I was thinking, God. Then I had like a bit of a eureka moment at work, you know, I had a light bulb moment, and I thought, actually, I could do this in game really, really easily. And I'll tell you how I done it, or how. So I've been messing about with it in my test world for the last few days. That's why I haven't done many videos, as I wanted to make sure this worked. I didn't want it to glitch out, and I've never seen anyone else do anything similar. And the idea has grown now to, well, to the point that, well, I don't want to say too much just yet, but yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to buy the buffalo because I kind of need it for what I need to do. So if we see if we can find the buffalo. There we go. Yeah, this is a pretty cool bit of equipment actually. And the trouble with the buffalo, it's so slow, so it's no good to take, you know, you can't drive it down to the lumberyard every time it fill it up. So it only goes 13 miles an hour. So that's where this is all sort of stemmed from. Because originally I was thinking, well, maybe I could sort of take out one of these struts and I can get in there with the big grab and get a load out. But that's kind of, you're modifying it to cheat, really. So yeah, so then I thought, well, no, actually, let's try and do it properly, you know. Because I have seen videos of people offloading the big trailers with big grabs that come in, almost take the whole load in one go. So I don't mind doing it with that, but I'm not going to make this suit my needs when, you know, that's not how it's done in real life. Anyway, so I'm just going to pause the video, and when I get this down to the forest area, I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. Right, so I'm going to need 2 lengths of wood for this to work. And it'll all become clear as I start doing what I need to do. As far as I can tell, I have had a look. I've not seen anyone else do this, so this could potentially be a world's first. But then you're probably all doing it anyway. So let's have a look. Let's find a nice little big tree. Alright. So if we take this one out, well, cause this now I'm running 1.2. You can actually cut up to 8 meters. But first, because most of my logs I think I'm going to keep at 5 meters, because I have done a little bit of testing, and quite honestly, I can't really see the point of an 8 meter log. It doesn't fit on any of the trailers. It's just a bit big. Just gonna pull this out. Just leave it here. So 5 meters, you can get 2 stacks on the big trailer, and also the 8 meter doesn't really feed into the wood chipper very well. Right, so I need 1 5 meter log, okay, and I need 1 8 meter log. Right, so now I've actually got the grab now working on me joystick, so this is going to make life a bit easier. So if I can pick these up, still getting used to the controls though, so bear with me. Okay. Right, so this is the 8 meter log, and if you look, it's just so big it just sticks off the end. I mean, you might get a little bit more money for it, but they have cut the value of logs anyway. This is the 5 meter. and it is a lot easier using the joystick. So much easier. Okay. Oh, and I have also bought a steering wheel. Thank you all for your advice. I've actually gone for the cheaper Logitech. I think it's the Driving Force GT or something. It's about £100. The G27's a really nice joystick, but I just can't really justify it when I'm supposed to be saving for a wedding next year, so my missus would have killed me. Right, so now we have basically what we need for our template. So the way I'm thinking, I'm going to take this into the wood, come out, and I'll have the man truck eventually on the big trailer there. So I'm going to come along here, park in between two silos, right? Because I want one silo for the big thick logs, and I want one for the little logs that I'm probably just going to chip. So what I want to do, see if I can get hold of one of these. There we go. Actually, let's do this side first, because this is going to be where the big logs that we sell down the lumber yard are going to be positioned. Alright, so this is the 5 metre log. I just need to make sure I get this right. I think we can probably move over a little bit. I think we've got enough room. I'm not worried about that. I can pick that one up in a minute. So I want to make this, just get this reasonably straight. So this is going to be the pile. Okay, so the pile is going to be here, right? And this is going to be, oh, the fence, if you like. Missed it. No, I'm parts on top of it, aren't I? That's why I won't pick it up. Okay. So what I need to do is just try and get this, so it's roughly in the middle. Oh, bugger. Right. So there's only a guide, because you'll see why in a minute. It doesn't matter if this is a little bit away. Just trying to grab out a bit. Okay. Okay, so it's worth just taking your time with this, because once it's kind of in place. So if I drop that there, it's not very straight. Just bear with me a second. So I'm going to have to pick it up and twist it. Actually, let's just have a quick look. That might be a bit better there, so that's probably a bit straighter. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that actually. I think that's straighter with the road than the other log. So let's just move this one. Right, so the reason I'm doing this, I'll show you now, it's basically set up. Oh, roll that way a bit. Okay. Right, yeah, that's perfect. Eventually we got there. Right, so what we need to do now, we need to get some posts. Right, because this line here is going to be the back of the fence. Right. So what we need to do now, we need to get some posts to hold it in place. Because what we can do, we can stack logs on top of each other. So the way we can do that is go to placeables and that's fine, and place down, God, it's so twitchy, a couple of fir trees, right? Oh, I think them logs are probably going to be in the way. That's fine. It's only a bit of a guide, so I want one. Right, let's go. I'm just going to do this by eye. Actually, it's going to be a bit easier. So one there. Right, so what I'm doing, I'm looking at this log. So I want this to. So I want this side to push on this post, and this side to push on this post. Right, so then that's that. So then what we need to do, we just need to have enough room here for this log to fit between them, right? So it doesn't matter if it's a bit too wide. Right. Okay, that's going to work. That should work. So now I just need to go and get the scorpion just to cut the tops off. You might be thinking, what the hell are you doing? But it should all become clear. Okay, let's straighten this out so I know what I'm doing. Just stuck between two trees. It should be about right actually. So these don't need to be very high, because you know it's only just to stop the logs rolling away. So these trees are going to become building material basically. So if we take that off there, right? So we've got our first post. I mean, we can have these 8 meters. That's fine. Cause these are just going to be part of the fence. That's fine. Anything I don't need, the thin ones, I'm just going to chip. So. Alright, let's see if we can get this one. You don't have to get it the same height, but there we go. Just take these down. So it's so much nicer using the joystick. I've only got one, unfortunately, but I kind of got it set up pretty well now. Okay, cool. Right, so let's just move around and get these other ones. Try and get them roughly the same height. But the good thing about this, you know, I might do this now and think, oh, you know, in a couple of weeks' time, I might think, oh, I don't know if I really like it there, so I can just take it down. You know, just come along, take them stumps out, you know, with a chainsaw and whatnot. Or the stump grinder, that's it. Load the logs into a trailer and move it somewhere else, build it somewhere else. I mean, it is quite expensive because these trees are obviously 7,000 each, but I mean, you could plant saplings, you know, almost straight away if you wanted, and then after a few days once they've grown, and then cut them to length. That would be the cheapest way of doing it. But we're going to make a bit of money back because we're not going to use all these logs, so we will sort of recoup. We'll probably be in a bit of profit actually. Right, okay, so now we have the base of our fence, right? So now this is when this comes in really handy, because what we can do now, we can pick up these massive logs, just so big. So let's see if we can try and get them all the same size. We've got enough logs to choose from. Okay. I mean, you could just leave it like that, because that would be enough of a buffer for the logs. But I thought, well, I'll just try and make it nice. And I've got so many ideas now on things we can do with this. You know, I'm going to make a round barrel clamp. Oh, it's always in the blooming way, this thing. And I'm actually thinking about making a log cabin as well. I think you could easily make a log cabin. Right, let me just want to jump out, so make sure that's not bad there. That's not bad. Quite happy with that. Let's drop that one there. Right, that stump there actually is a bit of a pain. I think that might be a little bit. I think this one could have been done with being a bit closer. See, them two aren't too bad. We'll try. We'll just stick another one on top. See what it looks like. Let's try and get them roughly the same size if we can. The ones I was doing were, the logs were a bit closer together. The stumps. So it's a bit tighter. What does that look like? So I'm tempted to see if I can put another one. Let's see if I can even fit another one on there. Could I get it close enough? That's the question. So let's just have to move the buffalo out of the way, I think. But the ones I was testing, I actually got it looked really good. I don't know if I'll probably have to take them out. See if I can get it a bit closer. Right, let's just do it. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pause the video. I'm just going to get the stump grinder and just tidy this up a little bit. See if I can get these a little bit closer together. And I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. Yep, I think I've got it sussed now. That's about the right gaps. Doesn't look too bad. Once you get your eye in, actually, you can plonk them down almost right every time. So I'm not too worried if these aren't 100% lined up in the grooves. So I can get the old front loader and sort that out. Let's have a quick look. Yes, that looks alright, doesn't it? Look at that. I'm sure we get one more on top there. Might be able to. Let's have a go. So you can make it as high as low as you want, really. Just build them to your needs. Because I'm going to make probably a reasonable size bale clamp. Once I start using round bales. Yeah, that one's not quite as neat. So if we just go and get the old front loader, might be able to push that along a little bit, tidy that up. It's just over here. So you don't need to fill in the middle to make it into a fence. But I quite like it. It just gives it a bit more character. Spent a fortune. I think it took me an extra couple of trees than I intended to get this right. Alright, if we push these in a little bit. Get them nice and straight. Oh, back up too much. Yeah, I don't think that top one I'm going to keep. I think that's just a bit asking a bit much, really. I think things are okay. Just yeah, I think that looks okay. It's just, God, my OCD's kicking in now. Straighten these up a bit. There we go. So now these logs, you see, can be actually show you why I've done it in the first place. Right. So the idea is, you see, you load all your logs up here. There we go. So then when you come along to scoop them up, you know, you can get it. Kind of thing. Well, you can get it. See? But the idea is, though, once you've sort of got a few here, they're not going to roll away. Actually, these all need pushing through a little bit. So we've got quite a few logs to start with anyway. Missed. Alright, let's get this one out of the way. Yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to show you this episode. And you can make these things as big as you like, really. I'm probably going to chip these 8 metre ones. A bit big to go on my trailer. Yeah, so I think that looks alright, don't you? Look at that. You know, you could do, so that they're 8 metres, so I reckon if you made them 7 metres long, right, and you put a post sort of here, here, and one in the middle, so then you could bring some 7 metre long ones here, do the same, and you could have a door, and because you're doing 7 metres, you could then put 8 metres on the roof, and I reckon you could make a nice log cabin. But what I'll probably do for my round bales, I need to get some round bales so I can measure it, but I'll put these along the back, so each bale will have a post behind it, and then just sort of kind of fill in the gaps. But you don't need to do this, like I say, it's just for because it looks good. Okay, well, thanks for being patient with my lack of videos recently. I'm going to try and do more, but it's just a busy time of year coming up to Christmas, and someone I work with has gone to Egypt, so there's quite a bit of overtime I want to do for a bit of extra money. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. If you found this helpful, please do hit the like button. It really helps my channel grow, and the more subscribers I get, hopefully the more content I can make. Brilliant. Well, thanks very much. Take care.